Ever wondered how scientists find the world's rarest animals when they're nearly impossible to spot? Turns out the secret weapon isn't fancy technology or satellite tracking, it's a wet nose attached to a wagging tail. Conservation dogs are saving endangered species all over the planet, but how exactly do you train a dog to find animals that most humans will never see in their lifetime? The answer might surprise you. Hi, I'm Alex from the Paw Authority, where we uncover the incredible science behind working dogs. Here's the thing about endangered species, they don't exactly want to be found. They're masters of camouflage, they're incredibly rare, and approaching them directly can cause stress that threatens their survival even more. But what if I told you that the most effective conservation tool has 4 paws and gets paid in tennis balls? Conservation dogs are trained to find endangered animals without ever seeing them. Instead, they track down something far more valuable to scientists: poop. That's right, conservation dogs are professional poop detectors, and they're absolutely changing the game for wildlife research. But how do you train a dog to find the scat of an animal they've never encountered? It's not like you can order endangered animal poop on Amazon, or can you? Actually, that's exactly what happens. Conservation dog trainers source small samples of scat from zoos, wildlife rehabilitation centers, or existing research collections. These precious samples become the foundation of the entire training program. The training process follows the same psychology that makes your dog go crazy when you open a bag of treats. It's all about creating positive associations. First, trainers introduce the target scent to the dog in a controlled environment. They'll hide the sample in a scent box or container, and when the dog shows interest in the correct scent, they immediately get rewarded with their favorite toy or treat. This creates what trainers call a scent-reward connection. The dog learns that finding this specific smell leads to the best thing ever. For most conservation dogs, that reward is a few minutes of play with a ball or tug toy, which to them is better than winning the lottery. What's fascinating is that dogs don't just learn one scent. Elite conservation dogs can identify up to 40 different target species. That's like asking you to blindfolded identify 40 different perfumes with 100% accuracy. These dogs are literally walking laboratories. The next phase is where it gets interesting. Trainers gradually increase the difficulty by hiding samples in increasingly complex environments, first in a room, then in a field, and eventually in actual wildlife habitats. Conservation dogs, like all detection dogs, are trained to alert in specific, controlled ways. When they detect their target scent, they're taught to perform a precise behavior, usually sitting or lying down near the sample without disturbing it. This is crucial for preserving fragile habitats and preventing any contamination of valuable samples. The most remarkable part: these dogs can detect scents at concentrations so minute it defies human comprehension. Their noses can pick up scent molecules in quantities thousands of times smaller than what humans can detect. It's like they're reading an entire novel while we can barely make out a single letter. Take Wicket, a conservation dog in New Zealand who's helped locate over 1,200 samples from critically endangered kiwi birds. Or train a black lab, who's tracked endangered sea turtles by finding their eggs buried under a foot of sand. These dogs are literally saving species from extinction. And unlike humans who get tired after hours of searching, dogs actually get more excited the longer they work. The harder the search, the bigger the reward when they finally find something. What's even more incredible is that most conservation dogs are rescue dogs themselves. That hyperactive shelter dog that couldn't sit still. That's exactly the temperament trainers look for: high energy, intense focus, and an obsessive desire to play. So that problem dog nobody wanted to adopt might just be the perfect candidate to save an endangered species. Talk about a redemption story. The bond between handler and dog is the final crucial element. They work as a team, reading each other's subtle cues, with the handler learning to trust the dog's nose even when they can't see or smell anything themselves. Conservation dogs are revolutionizing how we study and protect wildlife. They're non-invasive, incredibly efficient, and far more accurate than any technology we've developed. Plus, they work for tennis balls. Try getting a research scientist to do that. If you found this fascinating, check out my video on how diabetic alert dogs are trained to detect dangerous blood sugar changes. The science behind scent detection is mind-blowing. So next time you're out hiking and spot a dog with a working vest, remember, that furry conservation hero might just be saving an entire species, one poop sample at a time.